Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And here's your host, Conrad Cushman.
Are you looking for the newest and hottest in the world of pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 6,000 hours of the best events from over 150 of your favorite promotions from 20 different countries around the globe. Brands like Progress Wrestling, Evolve Wrestling, Combat Zone, Defy, PCW Ultra, PWX, Over the Top, Shine, and hundreds of others with fresh content added every day for only $5.99 per month. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
Folks, welcome to episode 83 of Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. On today's show, we are going to be giving our preview and predictions for NXT WarGames and Survivor Series 2019. As you guys just heard, though, we do have our Powerslam TV promo that we're going to be airing from now on. So if you guys are interested in signing up for it, I have all that in the description box below, but use the code EPW show and it'll give you guys a free month on Powerslam TV. They have tons of pro wrestling from independent pro wrestling all over the world. You guys could check that out. So make sure you type in EPW show to redeem your first month on Powerslam TV. With me today, though, I have a couple people in here. So hopefully this doesn't get too long. But boys, introduce yourself. We'll start with Rob first.
You've been on here a bunch of times. You guys know me, Robert Anderson. What's going on?
Derek's back on the podcast once again.
Yo, 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 yo.
And Donnie, making your podcast debut, I think.
Hello, everyone. My name is Donnie. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and this is awesome to be a part of this for the first time.
He's also training to be a wrestler, so you guys can give him some crap. So at the same time here, guys, we're going to be talking NXT TakeOver WarGames first. Rob, what does the WarGames match mean to you?
Abdullah the Butcher is the lasting image I'll have of that match.
Dear God, why?
Exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Abdullah is not the ideal person, I think. I think of the Horseman when I hear WarGames. But we get the two cages here, a concept that was shied away from for years. And I think this is the perfect time to bring it back. Only NXT has had the gall, the guts, we'll say, to use it.
The intestinal fortitude.
I like it, Foley. I like it. Foley. But these TakeOver WarGames cards are very small when you look at the rest of them. Right now, we only have 3 announced matches, technically. Kind of scary a little bit. But these matches go long, and we have 2 WarGames matches on this show. Is it overkill?
Nope. No. I don't think so.
Donnie?
No.
So you guys are out. So everybody says it's not. I'm going to remember this now during the review because whoever's here, you will be getting asked about it.
Because you already know the Undisputed Era, the men's match is going to be on fire. They've done 2 so far. Third time's the charm. Well, not even third time's the charm. It's just going to be great. The women, I'm interested to see what they're going to do. Especially Mia Yim after this past week.
Yeah. With the women, it's. I think it's going to be good, but I think it's not going to live up to what the men are going to do. And that's no disrespect to the women because I like all the women in NXT. They could put on a great show. I think, this is their first time actually doing WarGames?
Yeah.
So they're going to be trying, in my opinion, they're going to be trying too hard to live up to what the men are going to be doing.
So you think they'll fail meeting expectations. Donnie, what do you think? You think the women can live up to the expectations? I think they could have a better match than the men.
I absolutely agree. Especially after last week's episode of WarGames or last week of NXT. 2 female athletes they had bloody noses. It was Mia Yim and Aaliyah. Yeah, and both matches were actually good, in my opinion.
don't know about that.
No, I think the
One of them
Aaliyah
was great.
The Aaliyah and Xia Li match was kind of
It was a little
Womp
sloppier.
womp.
Yeah, but
AEW.
final moments were pretty good. But the ladder match though was great.
The ladder match was really good. Shout out to Mia Yim for taking that hard bump. Mia Yim is someone who I've expected more from, but she's actually lived up to it.
I don't know. After that ladder match, I think she made a lot of people believers.
Yeah, Mia Yim's on point, man. I'm behind her. I'm not going to say anything bad about her now. She took her bumps, her bruises, and I don't know if that's what it took for me to believe in her, but this is her chance to shine in this match. So we have the women's WarGames match. On Team Shayna Baszler, we have Shayna Baszler as the captain, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and we don't know who the last partner is. And captaining the other team is Rhea Ripley. She will also have Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, and Tegan Knox.
Isn't Kaylee Ray on Shayna Baszler's team?
Did I skip her?
I believe you did. Yeah, I think Kaylee Ray came out at the end of that ladder match. I think she's the 5th member.
Oh shit. Yes. Yes. Well, I have a theory in my mind, so forgive me. We're gonna let this play out. As you can see on the paper, I swear to you that and guys, can I say this about Kaylee Ray? I'm not like Mr. NXT UK ever since that last takeover. I haven't watched, honestly, since the AEW came up. Too much wrestling content. Did it not feel important when she came out? Like, I was just kind of like, eh.
I honestly forgot about her. I haven't been watching UK as much either.
Damn.
No disrespect. It's like you said, there's too much going on right now.
I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling it. So, all right, guys. We can easily probably go around and predict this, but let's talk about the X Factor. Dakota Kai. How does she play into all of this? Because Dakota Kai was someone who wanted to be on the team with Rhea Ripley, but she kind of got passed over for her tag partner, Tegan Knox, which I absolutely hated because Tegan Knox had beef with Rhea Ripley before this, but we're not going to get into all that. Actually, yes, we are. She friggin' hurt her, what did she tear? Her knee or her quad?
Her knee exploded pretty much.
And Rhea Ripley dressed up like her for Halloween. Like, come on. She
rocked her for a year.
Yeah, now they're best buds running around, going to the main roster. Whoop. You know, like, what is this shit?
When we get to the Survivor Series segment, I want to talk about the booking of this.
Oh, we shall. We shall. So, Donnie, what do you think, man? Dakota Kai, is she ripe for the picking? Is she turning here? What do you think?
It's really hard for me to say because of was like you said, ever since AEW started, I've been watching more of AEW than NXT, and really haven't been paying attention to a lot of the performance of NXT, which I, really would like to get back into. But
you're done.
Yeah,
you're done. Do you have anything you'd like to add to this, or are you gonna?
On the subject of Dakota Kai,
go ahead, Rob.
I think me and you were having this conversation about Dakota Kai, quote unquote, turning and joining Team Baszler just to destroy her from within and take the title from her.
Perhaps that's an option. I think Dakota joins them. At this point, the booking is all
convoluted.
Thank you for saying that, because I was going to use a different F word with Uri at the end. Like, this is just all jacked up, and I feel like Dakota Kai is going to play a big part in who wins this match.
Oh, definitely.
In my opinion, let's go around and just say who you got for this. Team Shayna or Team Baszler or Team Ripley? I'm going with Team Shayna Baszler for the win.
I agree with you on that.
I'm going with Baszler.
Donnie?
Baszler.
All right, so that's unanimous. We're going with Team Baszler for this one. Next match, let's talk about Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle. Johnny Gargano is injured. After a great heel turn by Finn Balor, we find out Johnny Gargano's been having neck problems, and that's why he hasn't been on NXT TV as much. And I figured they were trying to find a spot for him since he's not really in the world title picture, but he's a main event player in NXT. And I feel like Gargano needed a break regardless of it.
Oh, yeah.
So now they have to replace him. Who do you go with? You pull Matt Riddle out of the men's WarGames match, and now we have Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle. And I think these two are going to tear it up, but this match also feels a little out of place.
It doesn't make sense to pull Matt Riddle into it.
It depends on what you're looking for. What do you think, Rob?
See, I thought we were going to get a 5-on-5 men's match, and it would have been just these two participants added to each respective team. But I guess if they want to make it personal, one-on-one, can't get any better than that. I'm really looking forward to this match.
Who you got?
See, that's the thing. Like, who do you put over? Because Finn Balor just got back in NXT. This is his first match back down there. You gotta book him strong, but it's Riddle, bro, man.
You're going with Riddle?
No, I gotta take Balor, but I want Riddle to win, but I got Balor.
You can see on the sheet what I have already marked. I'm taking Finn Balor for the dub only because I still feel like Matt Riddle's in big trouble for the whole Goldberg thing, and I think they're kind of trying to teach him a lesson within. Like, they're probably telling people they're punishing him, but Riddle's just like, "Oh, I'm putting him over, cool, bro." But you know what I mean? They're probably playing double agent on it. Donnie, what do you think of this matchup and who you got?
This is a matchup that I'm really excited for. These two are going to kill it. I'm definitely going to go with Finn Balor just because I'm a huge Finn Balor fan, and I just don't like how he was used.
What's your problem with the bro?
I got nothing wrong with Matt Riddle, but it's like, I don't know, not his time, I guess.
So you're going with Finn?
I'm definitely going with Finn.
I'm going with Finn as well. Even though this would be my first time actually watching Matt Riddle wrestle. I've never seen him wrestle yet. But this will probably be my best sleeper match for me.
Ooh, he's calling sleeper match right here.
I can see that.
I can get down with that. Let me throw in a little monkey wrench before we get into the men's WarGames match. I think we're gonna get a triple threat match potentially added to this with Pete Dunne, Damien Priest, Killian, Dain. What do you guys think the odds are of it happening, and who needs to win the most if we do a triple threat match between them? Because if it doesn't happen here, it's happening on NXT TV.
I think there's a great chance of this match happening. I hope it does, and if it does happen, I'm gonna go with out of the blue pick and take Killian Dain.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going with Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Do you think this match happens, though?
I do think this match happens. I definitely think this match happens. And
Takeover or the regular show?
Takeover.
Okay.
Pete Dunne, bruiserweight.
Ooh.
I'm definitely going with Pete Dunne as well. Here's why. I have a logic behind this a little bit. I think Pete Dunne is going to become the North American champion. It tells a great story if he beats Roddy Strong for it. Roderick Strong is the man who turned on him, that bastard, when he did that. And it was a great heel turn, by the way. But when he turned on him, I was shocked. And I feel like this could be Pete Dunne's revenge after losing the NXT UK championship, which he had a dominant reign with. And it just tells a good story, period.
See, I think Pete Dunne is in that category of being like a made man after that long reign that he had with that UK title. Back when, as bad as it sounds, when we actually cared about that title. Now, I love Walter, don't get me wrong. But Pete Dunne made that belt.
Oh, there's some laughter going on in the background.
I feel like he can survive this loss. Like, he's a made man. I think he can take this loss no problem.
Yeah, I'm
you
interested.
You got to build up these new guys that are coming in, like Damien Priest, Killian Dain. Like, Killian Dain that's Big Damo. You all know what he can do.
Yeah, but I just think that I think Pete Dunne's talent. What'd you bring him over for? The job? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but there's nothing for you. Here's my problem. When you're on NXT UK, you're already like made. Like, Walter is the world champion. He's above that already. Like, there's no one who could really challenge him for it at this point that I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know. I can see him and Tyler Bate going at it again. I would love to see that.
Hell yeah. Takeover Blackpool 2 coming up soon, too.
Mm-hmm.
Be on the lookout for that preview. Men's WarGames match. Let's talk here. Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Roddy Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish to take on the team of Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, and Dominik Dijakovic. And they have not announced the fourth person. I need a prediction on who's the fourth. I'm going to just kick it to Rob for that because I have a prediction. But who do you have, Rob?
See, I think the obvious choice would be Velveteen Dream.
Yes, that's exactly who I think it is. But is he ready?
I don't know. I think they might pull somebody up from the main roster. Now, there was rumors that they wanted Triple H to join the match, and he was against it, and some management was against it down at NXT, but upper management, like, I don't know if it was Vince or whoever, but they wanted Triple H in this match. It
could be Kevin Owens. We're watching Raw in the background as we speak because
he did just get jumped by the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, maybe he comes in, joins in the fun. Who do you got winning this, though?
Undisputed Era. Like, the WarGames is a heel match. I'm picking heels to win. I picked heels all night. I just realized that.
Yeah.
But I got the Undisputed Era either way.
I'm going, but this should be a heel night, though. I could see it. Undisputed Era, this should be like their last thing of being strong with the belts, and then I could see a crumbling begin to occur with them. And by that, I mean losing the titles. I think that they get the win here. Kevin Owens enters the fray, but they find a way to get the win here.
I'm in agreement. I'm going with the Undisputed Era. Although, I will say, I agree with what you're saying about them, with the tag team titles. But I'm also willing to say that they're going to crumble as far as leadership goes.
Oh. So you're saying Adam Cole is going to fall? I think Adam...
I don't think he's going to fall. I think he's going to be the one to tear them apart.
I like that.
Because of what we saw on Raw.
That could be interesting. I like your theory on that. We're going to leave it at that and see what happens.
I'm definitely going to go with Undisputed Era. But I just have a strong feeling that it's going to be Ciampa and Lee. And
you think they're pulling out the win in your heart of hearts? So who's your final pick? Because I'm going to talk mess about you if you get this wrong.
Undisputed Era.
Okay, so everybody's basically in agreement. I think the three of us agreed on everything, and Rob only had the difference with Killian Dain. That makes things quite interesting. But we're going to be right back. We're going to get into Survivor Series. We're going to hear a word from our good friends, Everything College Basketball. And then we'll be right back with your Survivor Series preview and predictions here on Everything Pro Wrestling, episode 83.
Everything Pro Wrestling, it's your boys from the Everything College Basketball podcast and Facebook group. I'm Josh Burton, letting you all know that if you like the college game, that there's only one spot to come find all you need to know.
Yep, Josh, Peyton, and myself, Tyler. We are the three voices of ECB podcast and Facebook group. Peyton, tell them where they can find us and listen to us at.
Well, Tyler, you can find us on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and all other podcast hosting sites. Also, go join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups like Everything College Basketball. So if you want everything you need to know about the collegiate game or have a passion for it, there's only one spot that you need to check out on a weekly basis or a daily basis with the Facebook group. That's Everything College Basketball. Now let's get back to Conrad informing you on everything pro wrestling and the workings around it.
Brother.
Folks, we're back. Make sure you guys give a listen to my good friends at Everything College Basketball. Appreciate what they're doing. College basketball is getting kicked off perfectly right now. Make sure you guys cheer for those Tar Heels. Best college team in the business. They're rising up in the ranks.
Go Jayhawks.
Yeah.
I disagree, bro.
Yeah, you like Duke, bro, so no one's listening to that crap, all right?
Yeah,
so
right.
We're done with this.
Yeah, Coach K, bro.
Oh, yeah. Tell them go to the NBA.
For what?
Speaking of Survivor Series, we have a pay-per-view coming up this Sunday. The WWE has done an absolute shite job of promoting this. There are a bunch of holes in this that we can't figure out. So we're going to try and do our best to make sense of all this. But,
jeez, man.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
There's one word you can use to describe the bill for this.
Ass.
Make sure I put the explicit on this now. I don't know. Lackluster? I would say here's the problem. There's been great parts of it with the NXT being involved, but there's a lot of like plot hole logics, even with the NXT brand a little bit, that I'm like, I'm not feeling this.
If I was going to choose one word, it'd have to be cluster beep.
Yeah. Well, that's not one word. Is it?
It is if you say the whole thing.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
And Downey, one word to describe the bill for this Survivor Series card.
That was a big puff, bro.
Is it just a sigh?
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. So let's start off with the Women's Survivor Series match. Team Raw. Who knows? They haven't announced who's on Team Raw for the women. Unbelievable. We do know Team SmackDown. Sasha Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross.
Now, I was watching a video earlier. I think it was on Cultaholic. And they talked about how Nikki Cross had to earn her way onto the team in a match that ended in a no contest, but she made the team anyway. But Dana Brooke didn't have to do anything to get on this team, and she's been missing in action for like 2 years.
Timeout. Dana Brooke won a match. That match was she at the Swanton.
Whatever.
It was a decent match.
See, yeah. Come on.
I'm just saying, like, where is the...
No, but I get what you're saying, right? Like, she got the opportunity, and she has been gone for, like...
It doesn't make sense, though. Like, let everybody qualify.
I'm saying Nikki Cross didn't win anything, but she's still on the team.
It feels weird, too, because Sasha's the captain, but she doesn't get to, like, have a say in the team. I don't know. It's weird. And guess who's on Team NXT, guys?
I'm going to say whoever wins the women's WarGames match.
No, we don't know, though. Nobody knows because it says to be determined. Unbelievable that they have this. Who do you guys have winning this? I mean, so you're thinking it's going to be Dakota and whoever wins that other match?
Dakota.
I'm saying, is there 5? There's not 5 for the women's.
It says 5 members.
Yeah, you got Shayna, Io, Belair,
Bianca.
Kaylee Ray. Is it 4-on-4?
It's 4-on-4
It's 5-on-5-on-5.
No. First, we're talking about for the NXT War Games, though. He said whoever wins that will qualify.
Oh.
So they need to add another person.
Okay, and Dakota and whoever.
I don't know what they're going to do with this. Who wins this, guys? What brand needs this win the most?
Raw. I feel like this is going to be a clean sweep for the main roster.
So wait, you're taking Raw for the win just because? I just love that he said, who needs this? Raw. Who's on the team? We don't know. Raw still needs it. Rob?
I'm going to go with Raw as well.
Donnie?
This can't be your answer every time.
Yeah.
Man,
We can't have size and raspberries.
It's just
Raspberry.
I'll go with Raw.
I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna say SmackDown gets the win here. I feel like it's a way to put a feather in the cap of Sasha Banks, who doesn't have anything really going for her at the moment.
Now that we're on Survivor Series, though, I want to talk about the booking and build of this show, because you got the women that are in the NXT War Games match who are working together occasionally because of brand supremacy. When War Games is about hatred and destroying your opponent, who gives a shit about this other show? You're going to kill yourselves the night before, which is why I'm going to give the leeway to the main roster on this show, because they're not busy on War Games.
Boo-boo. I feel like NXT's got to get their comeuppance for the whole when they came to Buffalo thing. By the way, I did not go to that show. Just because something bad happens, then you have to scramble at the last minute to make a good show does not mean it was a good show that deserved a ticket purchase.
It was a good show, though.
It was, but I just said it did not deserve a ticket purchase. Let's talk WWE title match next. Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio.
We just found out this is going to be a no disqualification match, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got Brock, man. I don't even have anything else to say about this. I'm glad Rey Mysterio's getting a shot, and I'm sure that Brock's going to want to make him look good. These two had great chemistry back in like 03, 02 when they were fighting each other. But at this point in time, Brock's just going to dominate this dude. And I think that we're going to see Dominik get in the ring, and this will be a storytelling moment for what's going to happen with Rey and Dominik going forward.
Do you think that Cain Velasquez gets involved?
Hell no. He better not. Why?
It's a no disqualification
He
match.
got his ass whooped already, though, by Brock.
It's a no disqualification match. They got a tour in Mexico coming up soon.
Ooh.
I got Rey Mysterio.
I'm taking Brock. You better remember this moment that he said he had Rey.
I know
I'm dogging on Sunday if Rey Mysterio
it's
loses.
a far-fetched prediction, but I'm thinking business-wise.
And if you know what? If Brock loses, I will eat a piece of humble pie right here, and I'll have to admit it, but I'm taking Lesnar. Derek.
What?
Yeah, I'm curious to know what you're about to say.
I'm gonna go with Rey, but Rey retires.
So Rey wins the belt and he's done?
Yeah, he's booked on that Mexico tour now.
He passes the belt off to Dominik.
Hell no.
AKA Eddie Guerrero's son.
That's some WCW shit in the fullest.
Eddie Guerrero's son.
Yo, stop.
Son.
Stop.
No, honestly though, I do feel Rey's gonna win this. Because I think Dominik's going to interfere, and I don't know how.
Catch him by surprise?
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I just feel like it's going to happen. And
either that or Brock wins in 30 seconds.
Nah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a good back and forth.
That doesn't happen.
I think Brock has enough respect for Ray.
But not enough for Kofi.
Donnie, who you got in this one?
All right. Though Rey Mysterio is one of my all-time favorites, I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar just because it's so obvious. You know, it's Brock Lesnar, man. Like
Brock must win.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like Hogan must pose.
Pretty much.
So we got 2-2 right there. That's a good separation on that one. Let's get into the tag match. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I think the next two matches are the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Potential show stealers for me. Let's talk tag match though. Representing Monday Night Raw, we have the Viking Raiders, the Raw Tag Team Champions, versus the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Undisputed Era.
Represented by Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Versus SmackDown's New Day.
New champs.
That's right. They took the Revival spot because the Revival probably isn't signing contracts right now when they slide them across the table. So they got to dangle that carrot back out there. Donnie, we're going to start with you on this one, my good sir. What tag team are you liking for this one? Because there's no rhyme or reason for this at this point. So
now this isn't like a winners take all kind of thing.
No titles are on the line.
Okay, it's just who's the best team, basically. And
it's all brands of.
I mean, technically, it's Anderson and Gallows because they won that tournament at Crown Jewel. But
I'm gonna go with Undisputed Era.
You're tripping.
Yeah, I know.
And the only reason I say that is because they're coming out of a war from the night before, the WarGames. I think NXT doesn't win any matches on Sunday.
They're getting the SmackDown treatment from last year, except for a pre-show win.
Now, with
doesn't count.
With that being said, I'm going to take the Viking Raiders.
They continue the dominance with you. All right, Derek.
I'm going with New Day.
Wow, why New Day?
Because technically, if you really want to be serious about it, the Viking Raiders technically lost.
To what? The what have they lost? Anderson and Gallows match? Have they lost since then?
They haven't. But technically, that counts as a tarnish on that record.
So you think that it's over trying to keep them strong? You don't need to at this point.
No, I don't think you need to keep them strong right now. They've already proven that they're the best new tag team coming up.
Do you have an angle with New Day though, or do they just win just because?
I think they win just because.
I'm gonna go with Donnie on this one. I got the Undisputed Era winning this one. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. I'm just going to take them. I think that they're going to be the battered and bruised team. But, Rob, you're saying that they can't put NXT over. But I think if you do that, you're doing a big harm to your roster. Think about it like this. They're competing with AEW every Wednesday night. Don't you want them to look strong? Don't you want them to? I think this is the opportunity to do that without sacrificing anything.
But you're thinking with creative logic. I'm thinking business. All numbers are trending down.
Very true.
So you got to get more eyes on that product.
How about you take away an hour?
Different conversation for a different show.
No, there's always the conversation to get rid of that third hour. USA, I will have anything happen, whatever you need. You want Donnie to catch a Ric Flair chop? It'll happen. Whatever you need to get rid of that hour. So I'm taking Undisputed Era. So we got a lot of different answers on that one. That's good. Another potential show-stealing match. This one is for Raw's United States Champion AJ Styles versus NXT's North American Champion Roderick Strong versus the Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown, Shinsuke Nakamura. This is going to be a hell of a match if they let them go out there. I don't want to make the same mistake I made at WrestleMania 34, thinking that AJ Styles and Shinsuke were going to get to steal the show. But Roddy being in the mix, does it make it that much better?
Just don't go in there with New Japan, Ring of Honor expectations.
No, that's what I was about to say. If that feels like a Ring of Honor booking.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting choice. Didn't Roderick Strong and Nakamura face off a couple times in Ring of Honor when he was there?
Did.
Yeah, so you've got some different things here, and I wish they could tell some of those stories too, because remember, AJ Styles almost broke Roderick Strong's neck too in Ring of Honor at the same time.
Right after that Yoshitatsu spot, right?
Yeah, there's a story between all of them then that you could really be telling, but they're not doing it. I don't understand. But what championship needs to come out on this one? Derek, who you got for this? Styles, Strong, or Nakamura?
Styles, Strong, or Nakamura?
I'm
gonna go with Roderick Strong.
Oh, you are tripping. That is honestly, I think this is the one match where I feel.
I think this would be the oddball match where NXT shows its dominance.
See, I'm gonna have to agree with Derek on that one. This is the one match that if I was gonna give them one, it would be this one. I got Nakamura winning though.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. You look at AJ Styles. AJ Styles has had, AJ Styles is due to lose the title. Honestly,
they just booked him for a match against Umberto next week on Raw too. So, but I hate the fact that when AJ Styles is the mid-card champion, am I the only one who feels like he's put in the main event spots, but he feels like an afterthought at the same time when he has the mid-card title? I hate him with like the U.S. championship.
Yes.
Not a fan. Donnie, who you got for this one, man?
Roderick Strong.
What? Why so? I want to hear your logic.
Just the fact that I really think this is going to be NXT's night. Or NXT's weekend, honestly.
Man, he's talking wild.
And I mean, man, Roderick Strong needs this. I mean, AJ and Nakamura, love them both to death, but Roderick Strong needs this.
All right.
They've had the light for a long time.
Time out. I'm calling bullshit, number one. Since I already got to put the explicit on this. Nakamura has been screwed more than anyone else in this company.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah. Shinsuke Nakamura, listen, we got to go with that Fox money on this one. I think Nakamura needs to win more than anyone else out of these people. Roderick Strong already has the Undisputed Era that he can lean on. AJ Styles has the OC. Nakamura has Sami Zayn, which I think is going to come to an end pretty soon. I love Shinsuke Nakamura in this Intercontinental title role, but let's make him feel important. I think the way to do that is to show that he is the king of the brands, especially for the mid-card titles, in my opinion for it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. Let's get into the men's Survivor Series matchup here. So this will be another big match for all the marbles. Team Raw, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Ricochet, Randy Orton versus Team NXT. We don't know. Great booking. And Team SmackDown, we have Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali. Damn, it feels good to say that name again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Should have been calling him that. I'm not calling him Shorty G because his name is Chad Gable. Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. Guys, it's been really tough for me to review these WWE shows. Like, just going over the SmackDown names, I just shake my head at all of them and what they're all doing right now.
You weren't a fan of that big dog segment on SmackDown?
Well, apparently Vince loved it a lot.
Oh, are you surprised at that?
Oh, it's such good shit, pal. I don't know. That it's just bad, dude. I'm not a fan. Does anybody have an inkling for what NXT does for this?
Same thing they do with the women's match. In my opinion, they're going to take the winners of the WarGames match.
But there's only 4.
They'll add somebody, man. If it's the heels, they'll add like maybe the winner of the Killian Dain.
I thought when Triple H came out with the Forgotten Sons and all those guys before that he was going to put them as a team. I was like, no. They could do it where Pete Dunne, Damien Priest, and Killian Dain are on a team, and you could tell the story there that they like get into a fight with each other. There's ways to get around this. And what do you guys think of Team Raw? Rollins, McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Ricochet, Orton.
Team Raw's winning.
Really? You're just flat out going for it right now.
Yeah.
Is there a sole survivor who's left on the team, do you think? Who doesn't get eliminated?
Mr. Survivor Series, Randy Orton.
Yeah.
You think it's just him by himself though?
Maybe him and Ricochet.
I can see him and Rollins being the last 2.
No, I would see him and Ricochet because they've been tagging up for the last 2 weeks now.
But they kind of have beef too. Like Randy Orton. See, my perfect role for Orton would never be for him to be a babyface. It would always be for Randy Orton to just be a dude you can't trust. Like he'll RKO a heel, he'll RKO a face. You don't know what he's gonna do. He should be a tweener in my opinion at all times.
Snake, man.
Yeah,
The Viper
can't be trusted. So you're saying Team Raw. Derek starting off with that. Donnie, who you got?
I honestly don't know, man.
Come on, Mr. NXT. You've been picking them all night. Pick those question marks.
Got a lot of size in there, brother.
I mean, that's the thing. Is that who we don't know.
I mean, you honestly really don't know because honestly, I feel like NXT's 5-man team is going to be a mixture. I don't think it's going to be a solid
mixture of the two teams of the WarGames.
Yeah, it's going to be
the least injured.
The least injured. I just don't see it being a solid team that you would expect.
No.
Garbage. I don't like that at all. I hope they don't do that.
I'm going to take Team Raw. I would have taken Team SmackDown, but I feel like Baron Corbin's going to cause something for Roman Reigns, and they're going to screw each other over.
There's too many feuds on that other side. I think Ali and Gable are there just because they're the good mid-card guys. Braun Strowman sucks. I'm sorry. I'm so sick of everything he's doing. He needs to disappear for a little bit and then find something new to do. And you said it, Reigns and Corbin will cancel each other out. Either maybe Orton's the sole survivor in this. I don't know, but give me Team Raw. I haven't picked Raw for anything, so I'm going to go with them as well. Donnie, you make a choice yet?
I'm gonna go with Team NXT.
All right.
Just on principle.
he talked all that shit, so he's got to. You feel free to dog him. You can send me messages, and I'll make sure that gets relayed. Let's get to the women's match here. So this is for all the women's champions are going to be in this one. We've got Raw's Becky Lynch, Shayna Baszler, whose ass is probably going to be so tired from the WarGames match than going into this big match, and we have the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. Who wins this one?
Let me spark this one. I'm going to take Bayley.
I like it. I like it.
And the only reason is because Shayna Baszler, like Pete Dunne to me, falls into that made man territory where she can afford the loss, no big deal.
Okay. I think you could set up an even greater match for tables, ladders, and chairs. Why not have I'm picking Bayley as well with you. Why not have Bayley and Sasha versus the Kabuki Warriors versus Charlotte and Becky, and then you could throw another team in there, or you could even leave it just the 6 of them. You could really do some good stuff, I think, with that. It would be nice if you had Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey as the 4th team. Bro, I just booked TLC for you.
Yeah.
Hands down. This shit don't take all that time, Vince. Pay me, dog. Pay me. D, who do you got winning this one?
I'm going to go with Bayley. I'm definitely going to go with Bayley on this one because Shayna has momentum, but it's not her time yet.
She's going to be beat up, too, from the WarGames match.
And then, Becky's going to get caught up with we're the original 4 horsewomen between her and Shayna, so that's going to distract her, and Bayley pulls off the win via pinfall against Becky.
Could you see that, Rob? They set up the 4 horsewomen like he just said?
I could. I don't think it's going to happen, though, because Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke are not ready for these big stages.
No, they've just been doing run-ins a lot lately, too. They're not even getting, runs in the, television program matches yet. But we'll see. I took Bayley as well. Did you pick that?
No,
Who
and
you got?
I'm going to pick Shayna Baszler because I love her.
You're bleeding. He's bleeding yellow tonight.
And I really, what's the girl's name?
What, 4 horsewomen?
Yeah.
Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir.
Yeah, they'll interfere and do their stuff. I have high hopes that maybe Ronda makes an appearance.
We'll see, because that's the only way I see Shayna winning this.
Yeah.
I got Bayley, and let's talk the Universal Championship for the last match, guys. We have Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, as the Universal Champion. The belt is now the Blueberry title, and he is going to be taking on Daniel Bryan, the mental case Daniel Bryan too. At that, Daniel Bryan's always going through some character changes at Survivor Series. I've noticed. Like, he always has an issue. Like, last year he turned heel, and I think the year before that he was he even wrestling at that time? He's something's always happening around this time for him.
This is around the time where he kind of blew up on the Miz on that Talking Smack, right?
Yeah, same thing though. He's always got some character changing things happening. And I'm gonna bring this up. I said it to Derek as soon as we saw those two and we found out they were gonna face. One of Bray Wyatt's best matches was against Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble, in my opinion. I thought that was a really good match, lots of fun, and they can do some stuff with these two here. Derek, you're the big Bray Wyatt fan. Let's start with you. Who wins this match, and how do you book it here?
All right, so Bray's gonna win. Because if Bray doesn't win, then all hell is gonna break loose, and hell in the Cell was bad, but this is going to be worse if Bray loses. But
well, it's Bryan. Bryan's loved.
Bryan is loved, but it'd still be bullshit though.
No, come on now. Bryan's not that bad. I just don't think the story fits though for him to win it right now.
No, not right now. I don't see.
I mean, it just.
I don't
happened.
see any. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't see any sheer dominance out of one side. It's going to be Bray Wyatt dominating at one point, Daniel Bryan dominating at one point.
But Bray Wyatt's no-sold like curb stomps.
Well, that was to just say fuck Seth Rollins.
I have to put the E on this. I have to put the explicit. I apologize.
I'm just saying, Seth Rollins has, he's been an ass lately. So that was more so of like saying, all right, your curb stomp is garbage, and I'm eating that to no end. Okay. And honestly, Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins haven't really put on a great match to me. It's been more so Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt, via the Royal Rumble.
Okay. We'll let it rock here. Donnie, what do you think of this one?
So I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt only because, he just became champion and it's too early to make the Fiend look weak.
I was waiting for you to say Adam Cole runs in, NXT wins.
No. But I'm. This is a match I'm looking forward to. I know these two are going to kill it. Daniel Bryan, he's a legend.
All right, Rob, I'm getting to you, man. Do we see a Dusty? Do we see like a F finish with this? Like Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan. Does this continue to TLC, or is this just a one-hitter quitter and that's it?
I think they're going to go in a different direction with Daniel Bryan. I think he's going to resume his feud with The Miz. Turn The Miz heel. That's all I'm saying. But there's so much history between Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. This can go either way for me. I'm still sticking with Bray Wyatt just because he just got the title.
You like the blueberry belt?
It looks better than the red one.
Okay.
Listen, let's just put it like this. If you fuck it up, I'm on 1,000.
Yeah. Everything's not going to be booked perfectly. I get that. I honestly think that we're going to see some type of screwiness that happens with this, whether someone interferes makes
BS.
it worse.
Some BS is happening.
Because I feel like this feud's going to continue into TLC, and then Bryan's going to branch off into whatever he's going to start getting ready to do for Mania. In my opinion, though, the Fiend has to win this. I think the Fiend's carrying the belt till Mania, in my honest opinion. It kind of has to happen at this point. Do you guys expect this to be a good pay-per-view? Is this going to stand out to you, or are you guys kind of like, man, what are you going in thinking real quick?
It might be the better of the most recent pay-per-views.
Agreed.
Well, that's not hard to do with Hell in a Cell.
Well, this would be an A+ to Hell in a Cell, and it hasn't even started yet.
Damn,
it hasn't even started yet. But I feel like this will be the better out of the most recent pay-per-views.
Donnie,
I think it's going to be a decent show.
Okay.
I feel like with the way this has been booked, it's been so convoluted. We're going to get great matches, but I'm not sure if the show's going to be as great as everyone's going to think will be. But we'll wait and see.
Yeah, and I'm very sad that there's no Rusev and Lashley. I'm kidding. I can't even say that, honestly. We'll have to see what happens. This show can have some great matches on it, but it's still missing the storytelling aspects behind it. That is what is making me care about a company that's on Wednesday nights. I'm not going to bring up their name anymore. But you guys can catch me on YouTube. I will have a review after the event for NXT TakeOver WarGames. You guys can catch me for my review for AEW Dynamite this Wednesday. Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I will have a special YouTube video going up with Foul. You got lots of content coming from me this week. So make sure you guys are locked into the Everything Pro Wrestling channel. Check out the link tree down below in the description box, and make sure you guys give me a subscribe on the podcast, wherever you're listening to it, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you like to listen to them. And also subscribe and get yourself a t-shirt. Rob worked really hard on designing those.
And we got more coming soon. tpublic.com.
You damn right. With that being said, folks, this is Everything Pro Wrestling. This is episode 83, and we are out. Peace.